Albert Bierstadt's painting, Looking Down on the Yosemite Valley, California, expresses a relationship between humans and nature in which nature is greater than mankind and demands honor and respect. This is achieved through the romantic principle of the sublime, mentioned in Part 12, Foundations of Nature Understanding, and he uses formal painting techniques such as evocation, aerial perspective, and tonal gradation to achieve this. Looking at this work, a theme of sublimeness is immediately apparent. The emotional reaction and interpretation of Yosemite Valley is not unique to Beardstadt, which is seen in a quote from Samuel Bowles in John Sears' book, Scenery as Art, Yosemite and the Big Trees. Bowles discusses the overwhelming sense of the sublime, of awful desolation, of transcending marvelousness and unprecedentedness, which is evidence that the feeling of wildness, massive scale, and tightening of the body is a normal, mutual human reaction shared by Bowles, Beardstadt, and most others who see Yosemite Valley. It is worth noting Bowles' use of the word transcending, which is likely related to Emerson's concept of transcendentalism, as described in Lecture Video 13, American Romanticism, which would relate to a later line used by Bowles in that same quote. It was a confrontal of God, face to face, as in great danger. Beardstadt uses tonal gradation, more specifically aerial perspective, to convey the sublime through scale. The mountains in the distance lose their detail, and the contrast between the light from the sun and the valley on the shadow, and then the shadow of the valley on the right side of the painting, conceptualize the length and depth of the valley, making the point of view feel insignificant and small. An example of the evocation technique discussed in Lecture Video 15, Thomas Cole. Tonal gradation and aerial perspective were also discussed in that video. Through these techniques, Beardstadt expresses that mankind and its power are small compared to the wild, vast, indomitable power of nature.